Well, that's all good. What happens when a customer wants to upgrade from one plan to another? So what does it look like to upgrade my plan? We talked about this a little bit before, but I'm going to add some color to it. What happens when, no pun intended there, what happens when my existing managed resources and managed application that I've deployed, what happens to them when I purchase a new plan? Well, let's say I want to upgrade to the gold plan. Do I lose my existing data in a database, for example? Let's see. This is where we talked about complete or incremental deployments earlier. And we saw that in Partner Center on the Technical Configuration tab and talked about that very briefly. With a complete deployment, we're talking about deploying everything defined in the ARM template all into a new resource group. Now, if you select an existing resource group in which to deploy, that resource group is going to be destroyed and it will be reinstalled. So anything that was in that, and probably it was your managed application that was in that managed resource group, is going to be destroyed and reinstalled. And of course, that means it replaces all the resources. If, however, you are looking at if you've selected the incremental deployment, then if the selected resource group exists, then we only deploy new resources to it. So we ask that question of ourselves, will I lose my data? Well, if we have that database, the exact database specified in both the silver and gold plan, and I'm upgrading to gold on an incremental deployment, then no, I won't lose my data because I won't lose that database. Okay. And this all, of course, is predicated on the idea that you're deploying to the same resource group as the original solution. So that really gets to the complete and incremental deployment models. All right.
Hey, David,
yes.
There's a question about Delta updates. It says
okay.
Here,
about
what if you have
updates?
Yeah, what if you have a new configuration or updates to it, or change the resource type? How will there be a Delta update? How do you approach that?
So let's say that you have a data storage account and you have deployed that as part of your silver plan. And then in your gold plan, you have a definition for that data storage account, but you also have a new Azure function that you're going to deploy via that ARM template. When that fires, the data storage account will not be overwritten. The function app will be installed as part of the gold plan. Does that answer the question? Or did I misinterpret it?
I think you covered some of that. Mike, let us know if you have another question.